Azam Part 231. I beg your pardon, Azam Part 232. Nehru was by now in 1939 not going to intemperately pick a quarrel with Gandhi again on this score as he had in 1927. However, sadly, Dominion status as an option for India was perhaps already too late by now. Cripps had also by now gradually begun to grasp the complexities of the Indian communal problem better, for even congressmen like G.D. Birla admitted then that Congress may have been seriously at fault in excluding non-Congress Muslims from provincial cabinets in 1937. In consequence, Muslims such as Liaquat Ali Khan in Uttar Pradesh felt that they would be consigned to a permanent opposition in their own country, India. They wanted not merely cultural safeguards but an equal voice in politics, with power to veto legislation inimical to their Muslim interest. Here again, unfortunately, events had outspread ideas. Perhaps the time for safeguards was over. Jinnah now wanted a settlement of communal question on the constitutional lines, prior, that is, to the settlement of the issue of freedom for British rule. His experience of Congress provincial governments had convinced the rank and file of the League, and of course, Jinnah, that unless constitutionally legislated safeguards against the tyranny of the majoritarianism were mandated, the Muslims would eventually lose all implications of such a position, being that, as things stood, the Muslim League would not attend a constituent assembly functioning on the basis of majority vote. There was an even greater, strategically more significant and saddening shift. The freedom movement, again the imperialist British, had by now become almost fixedly a Congress versus Muslim League struggle. In consequence, it became a direct Hindu-Muslim question. This suited the British Raj admirably. They could now concentrate undisturbed on meeting the many challenges of the Second World War. For as the principal Indian parties had divided themselves, what else did the British have to do but rule? On 11 December 1939, Cripps then undertook a journey to Lahore by train, pondering during that journey over some thoughts. A picture of rather loose federation of provinces with few reserved subjects and with the right of the provinces to withdraw if they wish new boundaries to make provinces either predominantly Muslim or Hindu, as the sort of lines of a possible settlement, with a constituent assembly to work out the scheme. It might be necessary to agree to the basis of the outcome of the Constituent Assembly in advance. The next day, 12 December 1939, at Lahore, which was then governed by the Unionist Ministry, discussions with Premier Sikandar Hayat Khan corroborated the trend of the Cripps thought, a settlement in terms of the loose federation as a prior condition of detailed constitution making. On 15 December 1939, he met Jinnah in Bombay, where again underlined the impossibility of Western democracy in India, with its inevitable permanent entrenchment of the majority community. Jinnah asserted that a constituent assembly was not the correct procedure until one had kicked out Great Britain, that the power factor had to be decided first. His immediate proposals were that Congress should accept the Muslim League as the negotiator on the behalf of the Muslims, that Muslims should be represented in the provincial governments, and that no bill should be proceeded with if two-thirds of the Muslim members of the legislature objected to it on communal grounds.